Hello and welcome to another optional extra video. I'm Mitch, and joining me is the most critical reviewer on the face of the earth, Jimmy.
Thank you for having me back. It's a pleasure to be back, Mitch. How have you been?
I've been good, and like last time, we're here to talk Super Smash Brothers because that's the only thing of importance to talk about. Not true, it's going to be another video later, but it only came out the other day. It's been out a couple of days now. We've each had a chance to play it, but Jimmy, what's your overall opinion, like in a nutshell, of what you thought about Super Smash Ultimate?
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is just that. I really think that the presentation overall is just incredibly good. All the characters look super good. The art style, the direction of all that. The music sounds just wonderful. And there's just so much to do. Yeah, it's just like this game, they really take it seriously because I feel like you could, on another console, you could just be like, oh, it's just, smash all the characters together, whatever. But like, seriously with this, it feels like this is Nintendo's way of like saying, we love video games and all these games together, and this is like the best version of it possible. So I'm loving it, man. I think it's just phenomenal so far.
Yeah, I think it's arguably maybe the best Super Smash Brothers. There's so much in this game that's just like so incredibly good. Just the fighting mechanics is always I really love how this game plays. It's not a fighting game. Well, it's a fighting game that plays quite as good as I feel this plays. I don't think it's as mechanically like you got to know all these inputs, but I think it's there. The World of Light mode is pretty incredibly big. I think the map looks huge and all that, but we'll get to that a bit later. And just the cast, the amount of characters in this game is absolutely insane.
Staggering. So many. It's just like you start off, I think there's like 74 to start off with. If you get it and register it within like the first month, you get Piranha Plant, which is 75, and then 5 more DLC characters if you buy that. But still 74 characters right off the get-go. It's like mind-bendingly like crazy amounts. Oh my gosh.
That is so many characters. It's just on another level of how many characters there are. There's so many levels. They haven't brought them all back, but there's a huge number of the variety to play on. There's even the 64 looking maps, they look so good. This is like, that is the most nostalgic thing. It's like,
dude, Saffron City, playing it like with all the Pokemon and stuff, and having them like up-resed it looks so good. It's like, oh my gosh, thank you for bringing back my childhood. Like,
yeah, literally, like that was the level. Yeah, and the Link Hyrule one with the whirlwind thing, that was a good level.
Yes. Oh, dude, so good. I used to be Pikachu, just run to that little greenhouse and just thunder all day.
Oh everyone did that. Like, yeah, I did that too. I was like the best spot for it.
It was so good. There's like a tornado up there for some reason. That was never in Ocarina of Time. It's just like, here's this thing.
Let's just put a tornado in this level. That'll do.
Yeah. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's so good. But talk about the characters. I want to talk about what we just got announced the other day, which is Joker from Persona 5 in Smash, which, dude, that is... Who saw that coming? I don't think anyone on Earth could have seen that coming.
No, I think if you were to ask a bunch of people, even the day before, and if people would have been like, I don't know, he's got maybe like a 5% chance, maybe not even that, because not only is this kind of more of, I don't want to say it's like a niche title or niche title, but the fact that like this specific character that isn't, on this platform at all on the Switch, Persona is not on, like Persona 5 isn't on there. It's just like, oh my gosh, what a get. And the way they represented that and showed that off was like, this is incredible. And that just opens the floodgates for saying, guess what? Anybody could show up.
Anything is now possible. It's like
anything.
Every announcement for these new characters is just going to be huge. If it's at that level every single time, it's just like, well, that means Banjo-Kazooie, doesn't it?
Yeah, I really, at this point, besides just even Banjo-Kazooie, which I think is really going to happen because, like, people have just been screaming for it. I know Waluigi, I know he's an assist trophy, but I know people want that too.
Yeah, they do.
Joker, we haven't even seen Joker gameplay yet, I don't think.
No, we haven't. We just saw that teaser trailer.
Yeah, but it made me want to buy that fighter pass. Like, that right there. Like, they say steal your hearts with the Phantom Thieves, but, like, Reggie just stole my wallet. Like, he just gave it
He's good at doing that, yeah.
It's like, Joker's here. You want to play that? And I'm like, yes, I do. He's my new main, dude. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I want to play it so bad.
So yeah, Joker, like, this is an incredibly cool character with, like, the options of how he could play. I'm not really well into Persona. I own 5. I mean to play it, but I know they summon things.
Yes.
Are you more into that than me?
Yeah, so I did. Persona 5 was my first Persona game, and I beat it. And quite like Dragon Quest XI, it felt like a part-time job and it took me forever to beat that game. And
That's why
review
I'm scared
it,
of starting it.
yeah, it's okay. Just take your time with it. It's a lot like watching an arc of an anime. That's how I told people, is like you go in and there are actually like little arcs within it, but you just got to take it just like one day at a time. And literally Persona is all about like one day at a time. But yeah, so basically, for people who are unfamiliar with the Persona world, or Persona 5 specifically, you're playing as this individual who you can name. I think he has like a canon name, but you can name him or whatever. But they call him Joker. That's kind of his name when he is stealing hearts, as it were, because you go into this place called the Metaverse, and you get like all this cool garb and stuff, and you fight demons, and then you can actually bargain with those demons, and they can join your team, and then you can like summon them up, and to use special abilities, you use them to like use magic and stuff. So basically, that right there means he will have such a sick final smash and some really cool abilities where he'll summon things behind him and stuff will happen, and he'll just look great. It will be incredibly flashy and wonderful, and I just cannot wait. And he, for people who don't know Joker, he's like tall, black trench coat, black hair, has a mask, usually wields a knife, and also has a gun. So that right there.
Man, that sounds like a really incredibly cool character. And
it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick, dude. Like,
how good will that level look? Because it includes a level. It's just like,
oh, it does a level too.
That level every single one of them includes a map and music and the character. So there's like,
that's gonna be too much with the music and the level. It'll be the best looking level in the game, because that game it really leans into its art style really, really hard in everything it does. Even the menu screens are all just like
I've
stylized.
seen the menus. They look like the menus look incredible in Persona 5, and that's weird to say. It's a menu.
Yeah, but it's like it's so good. So yeah, look forward for Joker, because he's gonna be great. He's gonna be bursting on the scene, and I'm thinking he's gonna be a pretty good character, because he'll be very fast, and I think he'll hit decently hard. So probably like a Marth character, maybe like a Fox. It
sounds good. That's my kind of character, so I guess I will be playing.
I'm like, give them all. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that level. Like, man, that art style of Persona 5 will go really well in this game.
Yeah, I'm thinking what it'll probably be is it might be like a transitional level where it starts in like the real world, and then it might transition into the
that's actually really cool.
Something like that. Like, yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, that'd be such a good idea.
I can't wait. Ooh.
But yeah, the game did launch with a couple new characters though. We've got Ridley, Simon and Richter Belmont, Incineroar, Isabelle, and King K. Rool. Have you played any of them so far?
Yes, I can say that I've played a good amount of King K. Rool now.
I've played a good amount of him too.
I adore King K. Rool.
He's ridiculous. I love it.
I love him so much. It's funny to me because he is like, if you took Bowser and Marth and smashed him together, because he's got like that counter, but he also has like a little bit of the speed, but he's got that power. And he's got some little tricky moves, like, throwing your crown out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's just a good character. Like, he's so much fun to play. Like, I love him. And his run animation is terrifying. He's like crawling on the ground. Like, oh my gosh.
So scary.
And his little helicopter up B that can hit
I love his
people and
helicopter.
damage them on the way up. I love he's just like, he's picking himself up. He's like, I'm coming back. Yeah, but I really enjoy him so far. And I played against pretty much all the other ones so far, so I haven't played as them, but
I've invested in Incineroar.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Incineroar looks so cool. Like, I guess the only thing that bothers me is that it can summon like the edge of a ring. I'm like, is that like a Pokemon move? Like, you just like summon part of a ring and you can bash people into it, but it's still a cool move. So don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think they just went for the wrestling vibe more than
exactly
what he actually does.
Oh, for sure. But Simon and Richter Belmont, like, they pretty cool kit. Like, all the items they can throw, and their range is pretty ridiculous. Even though I was playing as Marth and I was fighting him in the World of Light, and they used their whip, and I was just like countered from a pretty good distance and still like managed to like mess them up. And I was like, feel pretty good about that right there. So yeah, but all the new characters. Isabelle seemed kind of lackluster to me though. Seemed like the Villager 2.0.
I never liked the Villager. Although I kind of like his axe. I like when he cuts down the tree. But for the most part, I don't really get into him. It's just there's just something about him. He's too jolly to be in this game. I want someone who looks like they want to fight.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's a really weird character to put in there. It's kind of like the Mii fighters a little bit, where I look at them and I'm like, but yeah, Isabelle's fine. Don't really have like, I'm not like super against her, but really Incineroar and King K. Rool are the ones where I'm like, yeah, for sure, those are way more up my alley.
Yeah. The only one I play is King K. Rool, and yeah, like as you said, he is in. I really love him. He's just like ridiculous, over the top, and his final smash is just, I love it. Where he just,
I haven't gotten it off yet, but I've seen it and I love it. It's like, what's happening?
he just blows up the Kong Island.
I love it. Just like whomever is in his way. I also just love that he's changing outfits and stuff. Like when he shoots his blunderbuss, he'll switch to the pirate outfit.
Yeah.
Or when he's doing his over A smash, he just gets a boxing glove just out of nowhere. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to punch someone. It's like,
He likes
right,
his
buddy.
costumes. He's all about that stuff.
Yeah, I love him. He's like a really goofy Bowser, and
He is
that's
actually.
why,
That's the best explanation you could do for him, I think.
yeah, and I love Bowser too. It's just that it's fun to have one where it's like, okay, I can play as this character, and I still think he's actually pretty valuable and valid because he does have a lot of things I like, but he's not too slow either, but he has a ton of power behind him. But if I lose with him, I'm like, whatever. But if I win with him, I'm like, you got beat by this weird crocodile thing who's just like his eyes are always crazy, and he's got the big gold belly, and oh man, he's just such a fun, great character. And I'm so happy he's in here finally. It's like he's a weird offshot. Like, Bowser, if it came down to the two, you're gonna put Bowser in, obviously, but now there's room for both, and it's like,
Yeah, there is room for both. There's room for a lot of things, and now I want to kind of talk about that huge single-player mode called World of Light, where it opens with pretty much every single one in Super Smash Bros. Getting kind of killed, except Kirby. You can't kill Kirby like that. Kirby's too quick.
hey, he's very quick. Warp Star.
Yeah, he's got the Warp Star. Like, I actually really liked it when you're like watching like Falco get into his R-Wing, and you're watching Captain Falcon get into his like ship. It's just like, oh, still didn't make it. But when we actually get to the game, it's like this huge map, and I don't mean huge lightly. I mean, this map is ginormous. There's so much in it, and it's just, what do you think about World of Light? Like,
Yeah, I played a good chunk of it. It kind of reminds me of like some of the other stuff that Nintendo's been trying to do with like these board games in their games that aren't necessarily like Mario Party.
yeah,
It's fine. I think it's okay. It kind of incentivizes you to like, you'll see where like an actual unlock for a character is on the map sometimes. You'd be like, all right, I'm going to work my way to get to that, as opposed to doing the other modes or just kind of playing the game and then having the characters kind of trickle in. I think it can be fun. It can also be incredibly frustrating because there's skill levels, there are skill points you can level up with. There's also different things to keep in mind about your own power level and your spirits that you're equipping, and what spirits are better than other spirits, and if you have advantage in a fight. And sometimes that seems to make like a huge difference, and then other times you just get really lucky in a fight and the fighter you're fighting happens to just like go off an edge.
Yeah, fall off an edge or just do something
You're like, cool, I beat someone who's got like maybe 7,000 more power points than I have.
Yeah. So what do you remember being the hardest fight?
Oh, it's easy. I did this one the other day, and it took me like an hour and a half, and I should have just walked away and done other things.
I think I've been in that situation.
I should have just gone away, but I get prideful, Mitch. I get prideful.
Like, you don't want to give in, you got to win.
Exactly. So I was playing on this level. That one, it's like a WarioWare level where they're like singing the song about Ashley. And what happens is you fight like a smaller Ridley in the beginning, and this Ridley can like kill you immediately. But then they drop in a Mii fighter that looks like this Ashley, and that can do a lot of damage too. They keep switching. They keep switching left is right, I think is what it was on this stage.
No.
They do some other status ailment things that are so freaking annoying that I was like, this is driving me crazy. And I was like trying a bunch of different characters. I was getting super close, and I finally beat it with Kirby. And I was like, oh my gosh, it felt like a Dark Souls boss. Like I was done it, or it felt like Cuphead. I should say this game is very Cuphead-esque, because if you played that game, you'll go through and you'll know when a run has failed. Like in the beginning, you're like, I've gotten too high of a percentage right now. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
But it's just so quick. You just keep getting back into the fight and just keep trying it again and again. But that was easily my hardest fight, and it was ridiculous. But now, after I beat it, I have a spirit that allows my smash meter to charge faster than normally would. And that's come in handy in a lot of fights where it comes down to the wire and I have my smash come up, and I'm like, suck it. Like, I'm like, you're done.
Yeah.
So,
I think
that's very good.
hardest one I haven't been able to beat it because it was the boss from Metal Gear Solid. And
oh, really?
Yeah, it's Zero Suit Samus, but it's a stamina battle. But it's like, I think the AI is turned on to the hardest mode because I am struggling. And it's like, I can take, at my best, I was taking you down 80 health out of the 180 she had. So it was getting her around the 100, 120 point every time, but I could not get her lower than that. It was like playing like as good as I thought I could play. It's just like, I can't do this with these spirits. It's like, there are situations where you literally have to come back with a spirit that actually, you know, works for that situation. That also applies to like the map, because there's some like bridges and switches you can't open until you actually have the right spirit to do that, which I think is kind of cool, but it does get a bit annoying. It's like, I went all this way for this character, but then there's like Master Hand appears and takes out the bridge, or something like that.
Yeah, I've had that happen, and then I go back and they like circle it, and it's like, oh, it's rainbow circled, so that means that I've got a spirit that can fix this now. It's like, okay, cool, but because I'm going in completely blind, I know some other people have been using like an online map, like a road map to find where they want to go.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just run in. I'm like, okay, we'll check out this area. We'll see what's over here. I don't know right now. Like, but yeah, that's pretty good. I also did have a pretty good fight with Giga Bowser, and it was that was pretty interesting. It felt kind of Soulsy in a little bit too, because like in Smash, it's all about just like attacking a bunch and knowing when to dodge. This was very much like attack a few times.
Was that in the lava castle?
It was in the lava
I
castle.
fought him. He took me a couple tries of just like, you actually had to learn the mechanics of what he's gonna do. You can't just run in and attack him, because he's like, that was the slowest I've ever been in Smash Bros. Like, okay, I'm gonna dodge this, and then I'm gonna, you know, that.
Yes,
like, it's
I
really
completely agree.
Like putting it on its head of like what Smash Bros. Fights can actually be, where it's just like, this is a fight where you actually have to kind of break all the rules, not be fast, kind of just block at the right moment. So
it teaches you. I feel like some of these things they're actually good like training methods, because it like shows you how to do something a little bit different. Or like I've been playing with Marth a lot because I'm very familiar with him, and learning like when to counter certain things, like playing against a Jigglypuff that just prefers using rollout, and just learning the counter and timing and everything, and just being like, yep, perfect. And,
was that the Miltank one?
maybe that was that one. I did love this little nod though, and you could probably miss it too, but after you beat Giga Bowser and you get Bowser on your team, there's another character you can unlock in that castle, and it's Peach.
It's Peach of all things. It's like, I was like, is it going to be Roy? Like, I'm thinking fire characters. I'm like, nah, he's just got Peach. Like, that makes sense.
I'm like, oh, that's perfect. It's like, but yeah, that fight with Giga Bowser was, again, with Marth. I think I was going to switch to some other characters, because then sometimes I think, like, with Fox or someone, I'll just stand back and cheese them with my blaster and just be like, I'm just going to shoot you the whole time. And they'll just, like, chunk your health down just slowly. But with Marth, I was like, I'm going to beat you with the sword.
I was Dr. Mario, so I had some range, but...
You Dr. Mario, dude? That's impressive,
I actually really like Dr. Mario. He's a very underrated character. I like him more than Mario. I'm not sure why.
What's the reason why? You don't know?
His B down isn't Flood. It's a little spin. I think it's a bit better.
I miss when it used to be that. Also, he's got like electricity instead of fire. And he throws pills.
He throws pills. You know, he's trying to cure you of problems. He's a very nice guy, old Dr. Mario.
Wouldn't that be great if it took away their percentage and it healed them, the pills, and you're like, wait a sec, why am I throwing these?
That'd
it's
be
like
great.
Pichu.
Yeah.
Hurt yourself all the time.
Yeah, but I found Link, so now I've got my main character, so I'm very happy now.
Link, dude. Link is so good in this game, and they didn't have to tell me this, but in the old games, like down B was your bomb, and you throw it and it'd blow up. And without having to say that at all, because I'd played Breath of the Wild, I threw it, and it was sitting there. I was like, what if I had down B again? And then it blew up. I was like, I'm like, oh, this game, it just knows. Like, it knows those little things. Like, Sakurai knows. I'm like, so good.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, that's like a little trick. It's just like, yep, I tracked it. Now you can actually detonate it, which makes it more useful. I think if you really like the old bombs, you've got Toon Link and you've got Young Link. So you got all the links you could want.
Exactly. Yeah. The only problem is I wish I could blow it up when other people grab it, because I was trying to do that when someone picked it up, and it was like he was trying to bring up another bomb, and I was like, just blow it up in their hands.
That one up. Destroy them. Do it, Link.
Just do it now. Bring out the Sheikah Slate. Yeah, which is cool, because I thought originally when Link was coming into this one, it was Breath of the Wild Link. It's like, is he gonna have breakable weapons? Like, is he just gonna be pulling out weapons and be like, that's broken? New thing. That's broken.
Well, here's another weapon. Oh, it's broken.
Nope, just the Master Sword. Oh, he's so good. He's so good in this game. I really like him.
I've always been a fan of Link ever since the start, but like, he's really good in this one, which is definitely helping me get through Well of Light.
Dude, for sure. His down A and up A aren't as strong as they used to be.
Oh no, they're not.
But his up B though, it has kind of like a gravity feel to it now, and they did this with Donkey Kong, and I feel like Bowser too, but more so like, so Bowser when he does up B now in the air, he kind of does like a vertical spin as opposed to horizontal. And Donkey and Link now, and more so like Donkey, when he's on the ground and he does over B, instead of doing just the helicopter like that, he kind of angles into it, and if you catch someone in that on the ground, you can get lots of hits in, like just slamming into them, and it feels so freaking good. Like, man, and getting that link up B off in the air, and it pulls people in and smacking them away.
Yeah,
it's just
there's
like,
a big smash at the end. It's like, how this game plays, although it's sort of biased because like I've always loved Smash, and this is just more of what Smash did right. My only thing about like World of Light is I don't know if I prefer it to Melee's adventure mode or Brawl's kind of, you know, the big crossover cutscenes and kind of platforming levels.
Emissary. Yeah. Yeah, those were good times. That was like crazy. Subspace Emissary back from in Brawl, I think that was cool. And I remember like getting that game, and then like I had some buddies come over, and it was like a sleepover, and I went to sleep, and he just like my friend just played it like all night. So I didn't play it as much as like he did. But I remember thinking that was pretty cool, and I kind of missed that, and they kind of go for it a little bit here, and also in like you have to go to games and more when you're like picking the mode, but doing like the classic like fight like 6 people and then do like a running thing from a black hole, and yeah, I'm not sure if I like it as much either. I was kind of hoping for more of the crossovery stuff because those cutscenes back in Subspace Emissary were just so good.
It was so good.
Yeah, I want more of that, but oh well. It's
like it does, like, it's more replayable, I guess. Like, there's more to this mode than those, but
I wonder if it's too that they took that stuff out and they added all like the skills and the spirits and all this stuff, because there's so much. There's like a level of depth here that we haven't seen in Smash Brothers before, where it's like almost an RPG, where you're like fighting against like a level that has a strong wind, and then you want to equip somebody that has like strong wind resist. So it's easy now. That level's a lot easier when I have that equipped. Just going through, just crush that guy. Like, not a problem.
Yeah, there's more thought to it of like how you're gonna overcome these situations, which I think it's pretty neat that you have to go like, okay, I need this spirit to counter that spirit. I do think the funny thing I find when playing this is that you actually have to use your imagination for these characters you're fighting, because they're meant to represent them, but it's like when you fight Eevee early on, there's like 3 Yoshis, which are red, blue, and yellow, and they're meant to represent Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon, and I just didn't realise at the start, I'm like, this is interesting, I just have to pretend they are what they are. But I don't think they could have made models for every single thing, like all these characters. It would have been, I don't know, it just seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, sure, and I feel like they do that to themselves, where like we would have never asked to fight like the 3 like evolved versions of the original Eevee like that, but they put that in there so it's just more noticeable when you look at it and you're like, why did you do this? Like, why did you make it this way? You never had to say, like, add these other things in, but they just like, oh, this way you get this spirit, and now you've got the Eevee spirit. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I didn't even think about that while I was beating this up, but I just thought Eevee was going to show up somewhere, and then it didn't. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
I think Eevee does show up, but I think when I did it, like, Eevee fell off the edge straight up. They just tossed the Pokeball.
Maybe that's... I think maybe it's really early on, right? Because like,
yeah, it's one of the first fights.
I thought like you could equip spirits and they were gonna be like assist trophies like all the time. So it's like any assist trophy I get or whatever like that will just follow me into any battle. I'm like, this is so cool.
That'd be really cool.
Like, no, you do not have a pet Eevee. It's like,
oh,
okay, like that's all right.
All
like,
right,
keep your rules fine about it. I don't mean it. No.
They just give you a little buff, but yeah. For the most part, it's cool. I think I do miss Smash the Targets. That isn't in here.
Yes, dude. I was like, I haven't looked through all of it, and I was worried that it wouldn't be in there, but I didn't. I hate to say anything definitively anymore as a person on the internet to be like, there is definitely no Smash the Targets, but I loved Break the Targets so much.
I did too. It was like a really cool little mode within Smash. It's just like
cathartic, man, and you felt so smart, and it made you a better player with those characters.
Because like to think and.
Yeah, with like young Link, you're like, how do I get my arrow to go? Like, you just like jump, like shoot, and then you like throw your boomerang over here, throw a bomb over here, and you're just like, wow, I'm getting better with this guy. Like, yeah, I wish they still had that too.
Overall, I think Smash Bros. Ultimate is, I guess you could call it the ultimate version. It's sort of just like a step up of the Wii U version, really. In
a lot of ways, and the fact that like it includes that crazy training mode that's like a Street Fighter training mode that shows you like how like, the damage and the arc and all this stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, they really took this seriously. So if you want to get technical, like Melee style, you can look at the numbers and just say, okay, so this is how my launching distance with this specific move on this guy,
with this amount of force. This is like, there is so much to this game. Just going off, like, do you think it's the best Super Smash Bros. Game? I think we kind of hinted at it at the start, but I just want definitive answers.
Yeah. I would say, like, I haven't really, like, we've each played like 15 hours or so, but right now it's hard to say, like, what else could top it, like, it just has everything those other games had, and it just built upon that. So I think it's easy to just say, like, yeah, this is like the best it's ever been, and this is from someone who hasn't played every single character yet, and I'm already like, yep, it just feels so good. Like, every Smash feels so freaking good. Like, oh man, it's so addicting because you're just like, it's gonna get in the game, and it can be so light and simple sometimes, but then it can be the most intense possible, and you're like hearts pounding, and you're like, I'm gonna beat it this time, I'm gonna beat this freaking thing, and then you do it, you're like, yes. So,
yeah, it's just so cool that it gives you that feeling that I don't think any of the Smash games ever gave you a feeling of like, this is a struggle. Normally it's just like, yeah, but I'll get through it. This one actually has some actual challenges, but I do think it's like the whole point of Smash, like, you really at the start, you just want to unlock all those characters. So you can just, like, have people over. It's like, oh, we're playing Smash. Already got all the characters, so you can play who you want.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Sort of the first objective of Super Smash Brothers.
Yep, and also, I can speak on this, but, like, I've only played single player, and I love it so much already. This game is built to play with other people, and it's only going to be better with other people. So already I'm saying, like, it's probably the best Smash, but I think when you play with other people, they'll just be like, yep, definitely the best Smash, like, no question. So, yeah, I can't wait to really, like, dive in. But I just want to unlock, like you said, everybody, so that way when I play with, like, my sister or any of my friends, just say, like, hey, like, who do you want to play? And they'll be like, oh, you didn't unlock so-and-so yet? I'll be like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I didn't get them. I'll try next time.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Jeez, there's so many characters.
Come on. There's like 70-something. Yeah. Like, Smash Ultimate. Well, there's going to be some more videos on my channel about it. I assume there's going to be some on yours.
More than likely. Yeah, we'll talk about it some more. It'll just be in the background always. I'll just be like, yep, I'm still playing Smash. It's still great, and I love it. I just unlocked Cloud. It was wonderful. Like,
oh, I'm so looking forward to getting Cloud again. He's so good.
I haven't played a lot of Wii U, so I don't have, like, the connection to, like, him or Bayonetta or Robin.
I didn't buy Bayonetta or the Corrin from Final Fantasy. Fire Emblem.
Close enough. There
Easy
you go.
mistake.
Yeah. Or Mewtwo. I haven't played Mewtwo in ages, so it's just like, Mewtwo, my boy. Ooh, baby. Oh my gosh. Pokemon trainers. Just, like, there's so many in there that's just like, when someone's like, who do you play as, like, your main? And it's just like, I just want to start listing off everybody. I'm just like, I really like this person, this person, this person.
Yeah, they all have their good reasons of being good. I hate Diddy Kong. Always have in Smash.
Oh, he's so cheap. He's so cheap. I love his racing game, but he's very cheap.
Oh yeah, I like his racing game. I like him in Donkey Kong, but I just... not in Smash. But anyway, that's about all that kind of early thoughts of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We're clearly enjoying this game a lot, which I expected. We did a video a couple months ago on why we're excited for it, and that excitement turned into reality, so that's a good thing. So thank you so much for joining me, Jimmy.
Yes,
again.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun. I could talk about Smash forever. It's so great. Thank you for having me.
Unfortunately, videos need to end at some point, so...
Thank you.
Yeah, well, if you like what we had to say, you can like and subscribe to optional links right here, or you can go over to Critical Reviews and like and subscribe. Whatever you want to do over there. Like, helps out both channels. Everyone's a winner.
Exactly.
Everyone's here. Super Smash Bros. So, thank you for joining me, and thank you everyone for watching. Goodbye.